Oh,
Sitting down today with Andrew Vento, also known as DegenCPA, who's just had the most amazing growth journey. This is not going to be a typical one for me, but we are actually drinking lemonades because I want to hear his growth story. These are not cocktails, by the way. I want to hear his growth story, the moment he went viral. And this is someone who's like really reinvented their life. And everybody knows I've had this like ban against work from home. He's went all in on it in a good way. And there's an exception to every rule. So do me a favor, Andrew. Good to see you.
yep.
Take about 2 minutes to tell us like your overall backstory, and I want to dive into the growth first.
Okay. Well, my name's Andrew. I'm a CPA. I worked at a bunch of different firms, CBiz, Cohen and Company, Ascenti Diligence Partners, and recently CFGI. I run an account called DgenCPA. It started out on Twitter. It started out as just me kind of like messing around and digging around and just having fun with my friends. And it all of a sudden became like kind of like a meme account. And it feels like it's become something that's became like a source of income for me now. And it's kind of cool, like what kind of came about from this, from just me not really trying, and it just kind of happened in a way.
Could you live on the amount of income?
Yeah, I could, but not in New York City.
Yeah.
But like I could if I wanted to. And that's like something that's been like on my mind.
Yeah. So it's super interesting, like, because the algo keeps changing.
Yeah.
Does that give you concern about like the amount of funds that are coming in?
No, because every time the algo changes, it seems to benefit me in some way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How so?
Like the last one, the last algorithm change, they were getting rid of like rewards or like the payments for people that aggregate like data or aggregate like news, like people that go to like Reddit and post like screenshots from Reddit.
Yeah.
And so like stuff like that gets limited. But like just me being kind of funny, like being funny is just like the main thing I do. It's like everything I do, it's like I'm trying to make a joke, trying to be stupid. And that's always like is going to be like something that goes viral. And I feel like that's a big reason why I go as viral as I do.
You look. Everything you post is funny.
Mhm.
You toe the line between suitable for work and not suitable for work.
Yes.
How do you manage that process?
If I'm worried about like if a customer, if I wouldn't want like my clients to see it, I won't post it. But recently I've been kind of toting the line a little bit. But if it's not like something I wouldn't want people to see, I'm not going to say it in general. Like I've been doxxed, like my work's been contacted a few times, but it's like nothing I ever do is like fireable. Like they'll like kind of like talk to me a little bit, like you shouldn't have said this, but it's like nothing's going to get me fired. So it's like
Interesting.
nothing like overly bad. Like I'm not being like racist to people. If I might say a racist joke, but it's like obviously a joke, but it's like I'm not doing anything to like jeopardize my like career.
You haven't said anything that I haven't heard on Rogan when he sits down with the comedians or at a comedy show at the late one. You know, the
Yeah.
10's always more dirty than the 8,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That said, like comedians that have the 8, the 10 p.m. show,
yeah,
they're past the line. They don't have to worry about the income. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't want to minimize touring when you're a young comedian. It's just miserable. You make no
Yeah.
money. But you're in that point now where I think you're like right at the line of breaking through. So what's the move? What's the next move?
I don't know. It's like I want to lean more into like social media. It's been making me money, and it's like I'm at a point where it's like it's compiling now. I see kind of like the growth I went through, and I see kind of where it would go in like the future. It's like if I just keep doing what I'm doing, it's going to be more like not to say money, but like it's just going to be more money from what I'm doing. It's like I'm growing fast. It's like everything's kind of like picking up now for me, and it's kind of like I see where this is going. It's like I just need to just keep doing what I'm doing, and it's just going to happen.
So I'm never done this live before. I'm
Yeah.
asking Cloud, what are 3 ways Andrew could monetize it ties, and we're gonna let it run.
Yeah.
So I'm a convert on AI. I was very bearish before, like it's gonna be flash plans, so many errors, hallucinations,
Yeah.
and now I'm at the point where I can do the work of like a 2-person McKinsey, of like a 3-person
Yeah.
McKinsey team in 4 weeks, in 2 days, as long as I send it the graphics,
Yeah.
because it's not that good with visuals yet. So it's like, how are we actually? How are we going to differentiate between? And I know you're just typing on the phone.
Yeah.
You're not AI. And how are we going to differentiate between the slop out there?
The AI slop, like you can tell when like certain stuff is like AI. It just reads, it doesn't have a soul, and it all kind of like I can't think of like any words, but there's like specific words that they'll say, and you'll just read it, and it's like it just reads like it doesn't have a soul, like a human didn't write
It
that.
really is. So the one I hate is it's not X, it's Y.
Yeah,
Right, does it all the time. Drops an M dash and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And I created a skill in Cloud. I don't know how we got through Cloud called no M dashes. And I walked through the process and like asked Cloud, why Claude? Why do you have M dashes. And apparently when it was learning in older books, there's M dashes everywhere. And now like, I don't even like anything. It's really weird.
Okay, I never knew why that was there. I just always knew M dashes were there, and if I do use Grok or like AI for something,
You take it out.
yeah, I take it out. I'm like, I'm taking the M dash out.
Yeah.
because,
So
like, people are
it's I believe it's like a lazy punctuation mark, although I have people that think they're impressive
yeah,
because nobody uses them really by
Yeah, yeah.
themselves unless that.
yeah,
If you forgot a thought, then you can add another thought in and then hit period on the sentence. And it's just really weird in AI because one of the problems I had in training people is I have to raise money to go out, deals, we'll get back to you in a second. And they put stuff in AI
Mhm.
and they get garbage. They've only been out of the military like 3 months. And so I had to have everybody put a sticker on the top right corner, like a green sticky to do that. Anyway, how's AI going to help you? And like, cause I mean, you got an option. If you say in social media, you
Yeah.
could go like into a company, you could work freelance. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of ways to make money.
There's, like, sometimes, like, in social media, I use, like, Grok. It would be like, okay, go find, like, my most viral tweets from, like, this period and come up with new versions of that tweet. And, like, what they'll spit out is garbage, to be honest. So I'll just,
Yeah.
like, get it and reword it into, like, a funny way and kinda go with that. But that's kinda, like, the extent I use Grok or, like, AI. And I feel like the one thing AI doesn't have now, it doesn't have, like, a creative, like, sense to it. It just has, like, a set of rules and, like, criteria and, like, logistical, like, standards that it, like, kinda sticks to.
Yeah.
And, like, trying to, like, make it be creative or make it be funny, and it doesn't. It's just
Humor's so
yeah.
subtle. It's like, yeah, humor's so, it's going to get engineering before it gets humor,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's the stuff I laugh about most with my long-term friends is stuff we did and we don't have to say anything, right? And there's like no context. There's no context. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go back to the beginning. All right, tell me about the moment. Like, when did you have a Twitter? When did it go viral? What was the catalyst? Specific post? Did Elon retweet you or something?
Okay. Like, for this account, I started in 2023, and I was living abroad, and I was bored in Malaysia, and I didn't have anything to do. So I was like, I just made a Twitter. I was dicking around. Then I noticed or I got to like 3,000 followers, and right around then I had one post blow up. It got like 5 million like views,
Whoa.
and like it was my first time ever going viral like that. And I remember just like refreshing on my phone, like, wow, this is crazy. Like the dopamine just kind of like hit me.
At least admit it.
Yeah, and it's just like I was just refreshing every second, and like it's kind of like hooked me there. It's like that happened. I got like monetized. I was able to make some money there. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, and I
Yep.
started like kind of messing around on there. But the one thing I do a lot is like I'm never really trying to like tweet stuff. I just always just kind of go with like what's on my mind or just kind of like fire from the hip in a way. And I feel like that like helps because it's just more like you're just being more yourself and more of an authentic person as opposed to being someone who's like, okay, I need to make content. What do I need to like post? And like
Yep.
when like someone does that, you can kind of tell it's forced as opposed to someone like it's going to sound like kind of douchey me saying this, but like I feel like people can tell I'm just trying to have fun and just like dick around and just like
It's no way
yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
not angry if somebody says something to you at all. It's very obvious, which is why it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, and we talked about this when I first met you. What
Yeah.
made you pick the Hank Scorpio pick from Simpsons? And
Yeah.
some people won't even get this.
Yeah. It was just like he was like just a maniac kind of guy in like The Simpsons back in the day. And it's like, I don't know. It was like, it seems like an appropriate representation of like who I am on Twitter. Just like,
it really, really is.
yeah. It's just like a guy going nuts, but he like also has his shit together too.
Yeah.
And it's just like this kind of, he's like a maniac, but he knows what he's
Yeah,
doing.
for like 70% of my audience is college. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I think the episode's called "You Only Live Twice or Only Die Twice." Only move twice.
Yeah.
Because they moved to that other.
Yeah. I remember how that episode ended. He got like a second floor on his house or something. I think. Yeah.
This is such a that was the golden age of The Simpsons.
Yeah,
And the fun fact, Bart I think would have been born in 1980 or 81 when it was on the Tracy Ullman show. So I'm like Bart's age, which is wild. Okay, so you talk about going viral.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for people if they want to go viral?
The thing that helps me a lot going viral is it's not like me going viral like with what I tweet. It's like I'm friends with a lot of people that interact with me and I interact with them. So it's like because I have like this community of people that like I interact with them, I reply guy to them. When I do something, they reply guy back to me and it builds like a network effect. And it's like, okay, I have these like people around the same size as me interacting with me and that helps in the algorithm more. It's like when I tell people like if they want to build it or like how do they grow? Like the first step is you need to find like a group of people that are like in the same kind of niche you are and befriend them and just kind of like interact with them. And that's going to be like your foundation for like how you grow.
So I've noticed something like if a small account says something like pretty salient a couple times, I
Yeah.
don't care if they're 30 or verified or unverified, I'll
Yeah.
follow them.
Yeah. I do that too.
Do that too. Okay.
Yeah.
I've also noticed that if I boost somebody's account and like help them out, like follow this person, once they get over like 2K followers, they stop commenting on my post.
Oh,
Have you seen this?
no,
So you've got like a more curated group of
yeah,
people that stay
yeah,
along the way. It's interesting.
yeah. I've kind of noticed as like as they grow, it's like they'll grow and I'll grow together. It's like we'll kind of like
Yeah.
progress at the same way. And it's like, okay, like if I'm helping like a smaller account, I don't want to say helping them, I'm just like being friendly. But sometimes they'll remember that and they'll like help me out like in a time or they'll give me like engagement back.
Yeah, it's interesting because I try to create a group chat and I thought that was the intent for everybody, but I feel like when you put like the specific finance side, everybody still feels like they're
Yeah.
like, oh, which I just like, I don't care. I like, people think like when I spend time on here, half the time I am listening in to a conference call that one of my employees is on. And I'm like, it's not that serious. It doesn't, I just watch less television, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, you've got this presence, you've got the persona.
Yeah.
Interesting question. We could skip this one if you want.
Yeah.
How do you make determination to meet someone off Twitter? Because I've met probably 10 or 15 people. I've had happy hours.
Yeah.
It's, in my opinion, the best social media for being people. I've never
Yeah.
met anybody off LinkedIn really cold unless it was
Yeah.
a job
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, since I've been like an adult, it's how I meet people now. It's like I don't meet like anywhere else. Like if you want to call like Twitter a third place, like
Yeah.
Twitter is like the third place now. It's like I'm not going to the gym to meet people. I'm not going out to like bars and talking to random people. The only place I meet people is like online, just kind of like interacting with people. And it's just it's like, okay, if we can get along and have the same sense of humor, we'll probably get along. But I had some people I met up with and it just didn't work out that well.
I had only one person I met live that didn't work out, that I met like one-on-one. Met a couple people that have been on the podcast are doing super good things. I have this concept that you need like older mentors and younger people you're mentoring.
Yeah.
Because they keep you from like losing perspective. And then the older ones tell you where like they messed up and you can help it. It's very interesting. I went public. It's very, very weird. It was a weird thing. I had to get attorneys involved and stuff. Scrubbed out. Okay. So you comfortable talking about the Twitter as a dating app or not
Yeah.
so much?
We can talk about it.
But it's not to you, it's every
Yeah. I actually wrote an article about this.
I remember this.
Yeah. It's called like why you should fuck your Twitter mutuals. But it's like it's an actual article
It's a
about
joke.
it's a joke about like kind of like breakdown on why like relationships build on Twitter and why like you should meet up and use it as a dating app. And it like works out because like when you like befriend someone on Twitter, like you follow someone and they follow back, you're not like immediately going and be like, hey, let's go on a date. You're just going to interact with them over the next course of like however long, like weeks or months. And like by doing that, you gauge like the compatibility you have with like someone there. So as opposed to like you a Hinge where you match with someone, you're like, okay, that person is attractive, let's go meet. And it doesn't work out that way. And like Twitter, like you'll gauge their like personality over a long period of time. And from doing that, you have a better like connections when you meet up with people off of Twitter. That's
you can certainly filter for political bias and intelligence. What I haven't been able to figure out on the anonymous accounts, you're like hybrid anonymous,
yeah.
is
Wait.
no, it's yeah. I mean, everybody calls me fat. It's fine. Is the how much of it is a facade and false confidence because you're not with someone? I would say
Yeah.
I'm probably 95% the same on Twitter. I probably tell people to F off more
Yeah.
on Twitter. If they're anons, I probably don't say that really to.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like some people like I feel like I'm mostly honest, and like if I'm like saying something that's not true, it's like me making fun of myself in some way. And like
And hyperbole, not like
yeah. But you get people that will like just make the stuff up to make themselves seem cooler, and it's just like you can kind of spot them out after a while.
yeah. I have this strange feeling when I first got like my account went viral. It was based on like me just answering questions.
Yeah.
And then I got into Find What I was like, okay, well, this could be something. It was at like 12K. I'm looking
Mhm.
around like who are these people? So I'm not going to mention them by name for defamation,
Yeah,
but like sell 5K courses. And I want to say this, I'm going to have it clipped. Nobody selling a 5K course knows anything.
yeah,
Like it doesn't work that way. Now, the woman I had on last week named Jackie swears to me up and down that the SMB boot camp here in Tampa is legit. I don't see him out there doing the ads and the TikToks like the other one does.
Mhm.
I don't see him out there doing the ads and the TikToks like the other one does. And so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna attend. I got a
Yeah.
call with him. We're gonna get lunch. And like one thing I want to be able to change my mind. In general, though, the crypto bros and the other things like that. How do you manage like curating the right audience versus like what's your target audience, or is it just haphazard?
It's just kinda half-assed now.
Okay.
It's kinda started when I started my account, I was posting, like, dating stuff, and, like, as I grew, I realized, like, I don't want the people that talk about dating, like, follow me that much. They're all
Yep.
kinda like incels. Then I kinda, like, got into just kinda shit posting, and it's just, like, me being a CPA and me being, like, kinda, like, crypto adjacent in a sense. It's like, the people that I wanna follow me are people that, like, found me, like, humorous or, like, kinda, like, interact with me, and it's like, I'm around enough, and they're like, I was able to, like, find, like, people that are kinda similar to me to kinda interact. So it's just like, I don't know how to say. It's just like you had to be like understanding of like what kind of audience your content attracts
Yep.
because like you could post stuff and it's going viral, but if you look at the comments, it's all a bunch of weirdos just saying like stuff. And it's like when I was posted more about dating when I was smaller, it was a bunch of incels, and if I would comment on like a girl's like stuff, like they'll go and attack this girl, and I'm just like, now this looks awful on my part because this guy I'm cool with is attacking this girl I'm cool with for no fucking reason, and I'm just like,
It's really a weird dynamic.
yeah,
It's some of these people never been punched in the face,
yeah,
right? You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like they it's like you wouldn't say that to anybody, some stuff to anybody's face.
Yeah.
And do you think it's gotten better or worse since Elon bought it?
I think I'm gonna say worse because
Okay.
I get, like, fucked up shit that happens to me a lot. Like, people post my address and, like, where I work and stuff like that, and, like, I'll report it, and I'll be like, "I know exactly who's doing this," and they just don't do anything. And it's just like it's come to a point where it's like I try to, like, finding people on X that work at X and contacted them, and even then, it's like, we, put an advance to it or put, like, escalated your complaint or whatever, and still then nothing happens, and it's just kinda like, what can you do?
Well, so I remember with the specific gentleman you had a little bit of a tiff with.
Yeah.
What do you do to manage that? And what happened to your earnings during that process? Because you went offline for maybe like a little bit, couple weeks, didn't you? About a
That
week,
but,
couple days.
yeah, what are you talking about the person who showed up at my house? Did you hear about that story?
I did not hear the story. Please
Okay,
tell the story.
okay. The other one, the one guy I won't mention, but he's just a very weird person, and it's like it I found out, like, how he was getting doxxed, like, in December of 2024, and there was an account that showed up, and it started, like, saying, like, "Hey, we're helping this person," and that this account started doxing people, and the guy I'm not gonna mention said it was someone else, and this person, like, vehemently denied it forever, and that he said it was, and it's just, like, after a while, it's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, this is the same person doing
It's
it."
very,
It's like
very
yeah,
so I always say this thing, high school is not high school, it's
yeah,
just people.
yeah,
So what's your recommendation for that? Is it worth it? Like, knowing that risk exists? I mean, like,
yeah,
if I go like Ben Shapiro has full-time security, I'm not
yeah,
saying you're him, not
yeah,
at all, but, like, that could be scary.
yeah, yeah.
I would not sleep well if somebody showed up at my house.
Yeah, but, like, the person who showed up on my house, this was a weird story. So this girl thought I was doxing her too, like, a couple weeks ago, and I wasn't. It was just, like, some crazy fuck was doing it to her, and
Yeah.
she just thought it was me, and she was telling her, like, boyfriend or whatever it was me, and gave the her boyfriend, like, where I live, my phone number, and, like, where I work,
Yep.
and so I got, like, emails to my work address and, like, my bosses saying, like, I'm a sex offender. So it's like, now I gotta, like, talk to my work about this. It's like, I'm not in trouble for this, but it's just, like, an awkward kinda conversation
Yeah,
to
yeah,
have.
usually with that.
Yeah, and it's like, now I gotta, like, tell them, kinda why this is happening, and it's just an awkward thing, be like, "Yeah, these people are fucking crazy." It's like, it's just kinda part of what it is. It's
Yeah,
eh
it's right. So, I mean, so given that, like, I mean, ostensibly, you don't really wanna deal with having a W-2 anymore, do you?
not really.
No,
It's
so
yeah,
it's
it's like, with Twitter, like, making me, like, money now, it's like I can kinda pick and choose what I do.
it's so funny though, nobody knows. It's like the Bergazzi thing
Yeah,
on site, like, "Well, how does the algo go? Is it engagement or likes or follows?"
y
Nobody knows.
yeah,
And so how like, I'm not asking you your
yeah.
number, but, like, what's the move that you would like to be what is actually, tell me what your year looks like next year.
Next year, I think I might go to, like, South America or, like, somewhere in, like, Asia and just kinda, like, live there for a little bit and
You
just
gotta go
kinda,
see
like
my guy, I'm telling you,
yeah,
go see my it's
yeah,
cheap, man, go see my you could definitely do fine there on that.
yeah, yeah,
Really fine.
yeah, like, I'm thinking that, like, I can do that for a little bit and just kinda build up, like, social media and just kinda see where that goes, and if it doesn't build and stays the same way, it's like, I'm still, like, okay, so it's,
Yeah,
like, kinda
fine.
works out that
Yeah,
way.
the worst case scenario for you is you want to put control at a manufacturing site for like 100
Y
grand a year. That's like you're going to be fine.
yeah, and it's
Amazing.
like and I'm still gonna have, like, Twitter too.
Mm.
It's like I'm still gonna have that kinda going on. So if I had to come back, like, in a couple a year or 2 and get a job, it's like, whatever. It's like I just went and had fun anyway.
How many years did you live in Bali?
I lived in Bali for about, like, 8 months.
What years was it?
It was in 2018. So,
That
like
was before,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. It was, like, right around it was before COVID. So,
Okay.
it was, like, in 2018 well, in 2017, I made a little bit of money in crypto, and we talked about this before, like, before a
Yeah.
little bit. I was at a firm called CBiz. I left CBiz and joined a company called CMF Associates. Then CBiz bought CMF Associates, and I was back at my old firm, CBiz.
Yep.
And after, like, 3 months there, I'm like, I just left this place and now I'm back here again. And crypto just kind of like went off for me. And I made a little bit of money there. So I paid off my student loans and I just traveled
Wow.
for a year. So I was like, that was fun. And that's kind of how I ended up in Bali. And when I was in Bali and I came back, I moved back to Chicago and got back into like financial due diligence. But I always knew I wanted to go remote again. It's like I will always want to angle my life to have as much like
You're like hyper flexibility
yes,
focused.
yes, like, I just wanna be able like, if I wanna go to, like, Hong Kong tomorrow, I wanna be able to do that, and it's like, my life's always been trying to, like, get to a point like that. So,
Okay.
it's like, when I came back, I was living in Chicago, but I was working remote or not remote, I was working in office in Chicago.
Yep.
The pandemic hit, then I switched to a fully remote firm,
Yep.
and they didn't care where I lived, so I was bouncing around South America.
Same time, similar time zone. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
What advice would you give to someone that is thinking about like taking like a
yeah,
backpack lifestyle,
yeah.
virtual lifestyle? What advice would you give them?
You need to know, like, where you want your life to be after that, or, like, it's like you just wanna go and backpack. It's like, do you wanna just do that for the experience, or do you want your life to be like that? Do you wanna be able to do that at all the like, at like, for, like, your life in general, like, your lifestyle. And if you do, you gotta, like, figure out, like, "Okay, how do I get there?" It's like, a lot of people don't have, like, a goal. They're like, "Okay, I
Yeah.
kinda wanna do this," but, like, you need a set goal, then you need to, like, figure out how you get there. And it's like, when I came back from being abroad and, like, in the first time when I lived in Bali and I came back to Chicago, I knew I wanted to go abroad again, and I knew it was, like, a two-step process. I get a job, then I get a job that's remote, and it's gonna
Yep.
take a few years, but it's gonna happen. So, like, as long as you just kinda keep progressing towards it, it's gonna happen and you're gonna get there eventually.
How did you know you were ready to make the jump to be like, you know, because a lot of people are very afraid to leave corporate America. They got, they got like a lease on a car, they got a mortgage. I'm not saying even pre kids, like
Yeah,
what made you, you know what I mean? Like what made I can do this.
yeah. It was just always kinda like something I wanted to do. It's like I felt like kinda locked in my life before I went to, like, Asia in 2018. It's like there's so much out there I never, like, really experienced.
Yeah.
I wanna, like, experience everything, then decide, like, where I want my life to kinda go
Okay.
after that.
So what a year from now, what are you doing? You're just bouncing around?
Or I'll probably, like I'm not sure. I'll figure it out.
Have
I'm not
are you doing any CPA work then?
I might.
You might.
Yeah,
I guess a
it could be.
background.
It could be like with like Twitter and just like doing like some CPA work on the side. Like every so often something comes in.
Yeah.
That's not a bad life. Like doing accounting work like 3 or 4 months of the year.
God, that's
Yeah.
so I have a buddy in the Navy that was he's like more senior than me. He got out of the Navy. He was a diver in the Navy,
Mhm,
a nuclear machinist mate, also a welder. And he would go dive and do underwater welds for like 3 to 4 months a year. He'd hit his exposure limit
mhm,
on the he had his exposure limit. He physically couldn't work anymore. He made a couple hundred grand, 300 grand like 15 years ago. And he only worked 3 or 4 months a year. But he gets radiation exposure. You have to you have to believe the hype of what they teach you that it's actually fun.
yeah.
And that guy said something crazy to me. This was like 2007 or 8. He was like, "I don't make enough money to be off 9 months out of the year."
Mm.
And, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the funniest things I've heard in my life. And I'm like and yeah, he just went to shipyard. They do maintenance activities. Do you feel like you have a purpose in your life? Like, what do you like head toward? True north or
I feel like the thing that would make me happiest would be like having a family. It's just like
okay, interesting. Did
yeah,
not expect to hear that.
yeah. But it's like that's the one thing in my life I don't have, and I feel like that would like be like all of it. But I'm not in a rush for that. It's just gonna happen when it happens, and I'm just having fun until then.
Yeah, there was a viral post, so we won't mention by name, of someone that wanted to had expectations that it went viral and dark, and it's getting really hard out there now. I was married for 10 years, I'm looking, and, yeah, it just gets really, really weird. How does Twitter and social media contribute to the dating, let's say, hellscape?
I
like
think it
now.
just hurts it. It's like there's like people that are just like negative towards like women and women that are negative towards men. And it's just like there's like these podcasts, like the whatever podcast. It's like they're just bringing dumbass like 19-year-old girls to like make fun of them on
It's really it's
like this is just hurting like the gender like discourse right now. And it's like why like that's not a good thing to do. It's like you're contributing to like like this negativity in society. And it's just like it's just a bad thing, and I feel like a lot of dating on Twitter is just that. It's like girls are bad, guys are bad, and it's just kinda like people going back and forth with that.
Did you ever read Influence by Caldini?
Oh,
So it might not be in there, my another book. It takes when you're gambling, it takes 3x the win to feel like a loss. So if you lose 100
okay,
bucks, if you lose 100 bucks, you're like, "Ugh." If you it takes to get the same inertia of the emotion in a positive direction, it has to be 3 times as much,
okay.
which is why the negative clickbait
Of
does make
course.
sense. I got it's like I got 2 things for you for advice for you. One
Yeah.
is, like, psychology of gambling is fascinating, and if you go to, like, a zero interest rate environment and everybody's got easy free money,
Mhm.
like, it feels it's a casino. Wall Street becomes a casino. That's what
Yeah.
happened in the global financial crisis. It happened until COVID, and,
Yeah.
it's wild. But so, all the negativity, though, is kinda isolated to social media. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
you go outside and it's not like that. People are just nice to people. It's
Yeah.
like, even for, like, political stuff, it's like, "Oh, that side's bad, that side's bad." If you go outside and have a conversation with someone, no one's asking you about your politics right away. It's just, like, weirdos on Twitter saying stuff like that. It's just, like, the only place that happens.
Mm,
I remember when, like, COVID was happening and George Floyd and, like, all that, it's like the only negativity I experienced was on Twitter. I'd go outside and everyone was normal. It's just like, oh, it's just like sometimes you just need to unplug.
I forget who said this, like, the internet's the first thing we invented, we don't understand, and
Yeah.
AI is gonna make it either worse or better, get slop everywhere.
Mhm.
I keep begging Nikita for the country filter, right? And it's super and, and I was having this debate today about this, I guess I don't know if she's a social media manager and the non sequitur selfie, but you're gonna get more of that, you're gonna get more people trying to get clout. I forget I saw this stat, it's like 30% of like 10-year-olds want to be a YouTube creator or something like that.
Yeah.
Some of them, I don't, that's not the right stat, but it was something.
Yeah. I know what the stat you're talking
I
about.
I have to it was a meaningfully decent study for something not that
Yeah.
important, but my son's very autistic and, like, he's about to turn 21, he
Mhm.
can barely talk, and I remember him when he was, like, 15, he's like, "Yeah, I'll be a YouTuber," and, like, this broken English, and I was like, "My god," because he can't watch that. Like,
Yeah.
it's at school, and it's why is that a goal? I
Mhm.
think it's perceived.
As like a thing. It's like you kind of are like a YouTuber is like kind of like a new like celebrity now in a way. Like there aren't like I don't know if there are famous actors or actresses. I'm sure there are, but there's not as many compared to like how there was in the back in the
It's
day.
different because you don't go to the movie theater and the DVDs are gone, and so they have to do, like, triple the content, and they act it's rea you're absolutely right, they're
Mm,
almost on par.
mhm.
Like, Rogan directs more traffic and I didn't mean to cut you off, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but Rogan does more than the box office,
Yeah.
right? And it used to be like Blockbuster
Mhm.
because the block was busted, people waited to go to the movie,
Yeah.
right? And so it's turned interesting, but I wanted to show something. I was on a plane from Shreveport, Louisiana, which is like I mean, look, it's hard to get to.
Yeah.
It's northern, but, one of our sites is there,
Mhm.
and where's this at? And I saw a woman on the plane, and I'll drop you the photo, and I felt compelled to grab this. She was faking a photo on a United flight with a 1 by 2 row, like she was on a private jet, and, like, sitting there, and, like, this is a 50-minute flight.
Yeah. And like who's she like faking that to like their followers on Twitter or like
Something I mean, she
Instagram?
had
Yeah.
the look of a kind of a Miami girl,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, not
Yeah.
to be judgmental, but and I just wonder, like, what is the purpose of all that? That said,
Yeah.
though, and let's pivot back, like, not to be negative. I mean, you have an incredible opportunity for what you're performing now. And guys,
Yeah.
just, I've seen this. It's real. He's not kidding. And you have an opportunity to like double and triple that, like,
Yeah.
and the world's your oyster. All right. Last question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite book?
I'm gonna say Twitter just because I spend like I'm on Twitter like 8, 9 hours a day. Like,
Are you really?
yeah, yeah,
Well, that explains why you make more money on it.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Like that's like where I consume most of my literature from
what
nowadays.
do you get? Is that your primary source of news?
Yes, that's my primary source of anything. As soon as something happens, I go on Twitter and look it up. I don't go on any other social media apps. Like I'll have an Instagram, but I rarely ever use it.
Yeah.
And it's just like Twitter is just so much more fun in general.
What do you use Grok or do you use Cloud or
I I use Grok when I'm talking to Grok about stuff on Twitter.
I got it.
But if anything else, I go to Claude and I
Okay,
use
Claude.
Claude. Then
Okay.
if when Claude runs out, I'll like ask it to summarize what it just told me.
Okay.
Then I can copy and paste it to ChatGPT.
What's the next one? Like, what's stopping you from starting a podcast? I'm hearing the podcast
Yeah,
and video.
I'm thought about it. It could be like my next step kind of coming up in a couple months or
You're
so.
more than welcome to come film down here.
Yeah.
More than welcome to
Awesome.
film there. You're one of the funnier accounts. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah.
Sterling introduced us.
Yeah.
He was like, Paul, meet DegenCPA. I asked for a QB. We talked like
Yeah.
about a year before we actually met.
Yeah, I remember that.
And,
Yeah.
but the deal died. The
Yeah.
deals don't always die,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I talk to Robert every once in a while.
I like
Yeah,
so
he's
sharp.
a
I've
good
only
guy.
met him on the video. I've met him face to face. All right. Do you want DegenCPA or is it Drew Vento
Yeah.
on the handle? Because say public, look, I'm interested to see what you do the next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what city you end up in. If you need anything, let me know.
Awesome.
Maybe at some point, if I have a cash proof on a smaller asset, I'll throw it to you.
Awesome.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. Talk to you soon, bud.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for joining us on LeverUp. We trust today's full insights into private entrepreneurship. Stay connected by subscribing to episodes.